Righto, everyone. Welcome again to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. My name is Tynaeus Vane, and I wanted to say we found this guy. In the last episode, we defeated the two dragon riders, except we only got one soul for it, which doesn't make any sense. But we also went back and got this guy. If you remember, he was by the forest entrance when we rescued the pyromancer lady. So we're going to talk to him.
Oh, well met, friend. Good to see you well. Yes, very good indeed. I journeyed from the distant east to perfect my swordsmanship, and legend has it that powerful beings slumber in this land. This sword has been in my family for generations, and only a real man can wield it true. I may face any manner of man or beast, but none shall be a match for my sword.
So says he. So say we all, I guess.
This land is a right mess, eh? King's gone. The people have a mad glint in their eyes. The land itself is overrun by terrible beasts. No better place to test my sword, eh? This land is right.
Alright.
No better.
So now we have him available for the next boss fight, which is basically what we're going to be using him for. So if you can't, I'm pretty sure you already can tell, but I changed my armor from the since the last episode. Do I pull this lever? I can't pull this lever. I need to go all the I need to have a thing up here pull it for me. Anyway, so we are in Drangleic Castle. If this is the first episode that you're watching, and yeah, we've been going through here. We're about I'd say we're over halfway through the game at this point, but we haven't even gotten to the worst parts yet. So I think. All right, so none of these guys actually jump up, but there's a guy over here. He's a mean goat man. We find much of them later, many of those guys later. So what you want to do, come over here. We have a couple of mannequins show up. I don't know why they're here. I just do my best to. Ow. Drink the juice. That was great. Alright, so I'm not hitting them with the sweet spot of this weapon. There we go. Look at this. Alright, so now that this guy wakes up, one of these guys shouldn't spawn again. I really like the look of these golems. Turns and we can't go up this way anymore, but that starts to come down. It takes a long time, so I'm not even going to watch it. Seriously, that's the longest elevator in this game. Neither of these should be mimics. Neither of them should. Kata's Chime and a Soul Greatsword. Really good for the magic users. And an old knight hammer. We are going to be picking up Sellsword Duet. Which, by the way, if you notice that her head is glowing, that's actually there's a ring. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but that's a ring. Right. Hi there. That's Hex. That's evil Hex. Easy. So I forget if I actually fought the. There's this one boss that I was wondering if I was gonna fight him or not. I think I will because I get a ring for fighting him like 3 times. Ow. That hurts. So I just drink the juice. Now this is actually another thing that... Oh, Gower's Ring of Protection. Let me show you what the Gower's Ring of Protection does. Pretty sure yeah. I'm just gonna replace one of these rings quick. Gower's Ring of Protection. Puts a guy on our back. He's hugging on tightly. And I don't know if he's missing his legs. Yeah, he's missing his legs. Yeah, but that's actually... It prevents you from being backstabbed. So if you're wearing that along with... Oh, I forgot that this guy's here. So if you're wearing that along with the turtle armor, you're probably set. Like, if you're... Although if you're wearing the turtle armor, there's probably no reason to be wearing anything like that. To be wearing the Gower's Ring of Protection. I was actually really hoping Sellsword Luet would stay with me because there are 2 more of these guys. I don't like fighting alone. Although I have probably one of the better weapons in the game, so it really doesn't matter. Yep. Now, the reason I actually wanted Sellsword Luet more than anything... Let me open this. I'll show you one. Firestorm. Always a handy spell to have. I mean, because Pyromancy doesn't really... The only thing you need is Attunement for Pyromancies. Pop one of these because I really don't want to use another Estus if I don't have to. So if you notice anything about this chest, it's a little bit wonky. That's because, you guessed it, it's a mimic. I hate mimics more so in this game than the last one. Only because they look like monsters from a horror movie. I think that was their whole intent, but they were creepy enough in the first game. They were creepy enough in the first game. We don't need anything else to make us wish we were in... We don't need anything else to not help us sleep at night. But that's really the nature of the mix, I guess. Alright, so... apparently the washing pole is a really good weapon. Kind of like the Uchigatana. But... Alright, so we're going to... this is a door that does not open, so no use in trying. But there's a ladder we can go up. Where we find one of the Alon cats. We just go up down. And he just falls. But there's also a gargoyle. I can't lock onto it. Lock onto the gargoyle, please. Thank you. Alright, so... again, these are just guys that you can just... Ow. Easy. Drink the juice. Wide open. That worked out. I'm not complaining. Alright, so someone's killed those guys. I forget if that guy was supposed to, if that gargoyle was supposed to drop anything. Come in here immediately. Oh! Ow. Ow. No! Use quick, please. Oh! Oh, I hate these guys. I hate these moves. Dragon Charm, I'm up with that. Desert Sorcerer's Gloves. That's the second time I've gotten those, and I don't want them. Right, now you want to be careful. Oh, it says Flask Shard. That's always helpful. Because go down those steps, and it goes to goo. Those guys are going to be prominent. I mean, they're not really that... They're not going to be that troublesome. But they are going to be... But they are annoying. They do become a more common enemy. Alright, now where does this lead us? Actually, you're supposed to go that way, so it leads you directly back here. Just here. Prepare your weapons and all. And we go over here. Go back to where the elevator was. Now, the reason that we had to go through all that was because there's a key at the top of this. We are going to be coming back to the top of this elevator later. And you'll see why. Anyway, while this is going, I kind of wanted to say sorry for, you know, the misleading, because a couple videos ago, I said that it was the last video I was going to make before Dark Souls 3 came out. Well, I was misinformed by numerous sources, and Dark Souls 3 isn't coming out until the 12th of April. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but expect me to be making videos on Dark Souls 3. Anyway, welcome to the tower. Look at this guy. Kind of creepy. No key to the embedded in inventory. We will actually be getting the key to the embedded with the boss after the boss we're going to get to in this episode. And key to the King's Passage is the one we came up here for. There's a lady in that cage. Soul Vessel and a Fire Seed. Very helpful. And Strong Magic Shield. Strong Magic Shield is actually a really helpful sorcery. Only because it, I actually used it a few times. I used it in another one of my builds, and frankly, it's actually a pretty good, spell to have. You need, you need 18 intelligence for it, so it's not too terrible. Like if you're trying to do a hybrid build with, like an a sorcery build along with, let's say, a strength build, then it's helpful to have. Alright, now this next area is actually really cool. I mean, it's literally just a hallway, but the enemies in it are okay. An alluring skull, which is kind of funny because it was on a skull. Honestly, I don't know the significance of this, but I would really like to. I would really, really like to. Alright, so hold on a second. I need to make sure. Alright, so here's something to keep in mind. Notice these guys on the left and right. Oh no. Okay, I can kill him in 2 hits. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I am in a bad way. I am in a bad way. Ow. Please don't hit me. These guys are very unreliable. As I was saying, oh, that's a Stone Twin Blade. I haven't gotten one of those yet. The guys without the heads are the ones you want to take note of, because the ones with the heads are the ones that are going to attack. I waited a little bit too long to attack the first one, so I didn't get a drop on. Them. So, yeah, I kind of done goofed in that respect. But by the way, I found out what the petrified somethings do. Ashenite Boyd, we're going to summon him, and our good friend Benhart of Jugo. Now, the reason I'm summoning these guys, yes, it makes a boss battle harder, but I find it a lot better with these guys because, frankly, I feel like I need them. Alright. This is probably one of the most iconic... Well, he's not an iconic boss, but he's definitely one that he's a really cool boss. From my understanding, he used to be able to summon. You'll see in a bit. Ow. But one thing about this guy is that he uses a lot of electricity. If you stay away from him too far, if you get away from him or like circle around him, he uses a lot of electricity effects. But I'm using the Drangleic shield instead. That's a but beware, that shield blocks 100% of damage. Ow! Bad time. So yeah, this is the reason I actually summoned those two guys, was because... Yeah, see, they're just doing a bunch of damage while he's focusing on... Ah, here it is. So, this attack is actually really unique in that he summons people in. As far as I know, it used to be that he used to summon players in. These guys actually have really good tracking. But taking care of these guys first is very beneficial. I do want to keep Benhart or Jugo alive because there are like secret quests where you use these guys to basically, if you get through the end of the game with them, they can help you in the final boss battle. Like, I think there are 4 different guys that actually help. But we'll get to that. Benhart, that, and Alright. So, oops. I didn't want to do that. I completely forgot that was an elevator. Alright, so... Soul Bolt, Spell Quartz Ring +2, and a Bonfire Ascetic ×3. Don't use another chunk over here. I do want to go pull that lever. Lever. Aha! Hurrah for lesser foe. Can't pull the lever. Can I pull the lever now? This is another one of those long elevators. Actually, no. Fine work. I did it. I'll rate that one because he did it. Or they did it. She did it. I don't know. Chest left. Actually, rate that one. So, all in all, the Drangleic Castle, there are some really cool parts. Hold on a second. Anyway, as I was saying, all in all, Drangleic Castle is a really nifty place. I didn't explore all of it because it's not really necessary for this current build. Also because I don't want to keep on going through that area. It gets really tedious and I don't want to waste time on it. I also kind of want to get through this game before Dark Souls 3 comes out. Well, before it actually comes out, not when I think it's gonna come out. But it might take a little while considering what this next area brings. Lyre ahead, illusionary wall ahead. Guess what? No illusionary wall. So what do? We rate this one. Also, every time you rate something, somebody gets another. If they don't have full Estus, then that Estus gets refilled. They get one refill. Green Blossom. Okay. Now this next area can only be described. First of all, the music is amazing. I'm gonna say that now. This place is an amazing area. Like, it right now you don't see how pretty it is, but like the next area, well, like the next third of this area, there are 3 different parts of this area. There's this one. The next one is so pretty. Kind of annoying though. The third one is worse. So, what I mean by that is this place is practically the. It's not as bad. I'm going to be honest. It is not as bad as the gutter. It's worse. And I don't say that lightly. This place is worse than the gutter. You'll find out why. You'll find out why. Do you drop anything? You don't. This is a free chest. But I don't think that's very... Yeah, Skeptic Spice and a Wilted Mustard. There is a sorcery in here that unless you... If you go for more like a... For... I think maybe a cleric build it would be. Alright, so it drops. I believe it's a cleric build. If you go for a cleric build, you can... Which is basically like strength and... Unless that's a paladin. Cleric, paladin, whatever it would be. Whatever the class is called. Basically, there's a really good sorcery. It's a faith. It's a faith spell. Basically, what it does is, it's actually the name of a YouTuber, a guy chose for his YouTuber name. It's called Sunlight Blade. It's kind of like just electrifying your spear, but is one of the... it's a really good weapon sword. So I'm not going to venture far into this area, because I hate it to death. Seriously. It just starts getting on your nerve. And I don't mean like getting on your nerves in like, oh well, you know, there's a new character. You just learn to hate everything. You want to like punch puppies. Okay, you don't want to punch puppies. It doesn't make you want to punch a puppy. It does make you want to punch something. I've actually hit my desk multiple times. My desk has felt this area. One thing I do want to say about this area is that these guys in the water demons, I don't know their actual names, but they do drop humanities. So this is one of those places where you can farm humanities. But it just sucks in general. By the way, these are the guys that make me say that. They are the what are they called? Archdrakes. Let's talk to this.
We knew you were coming and stopped singing. We are Milfanito. We are here to sing to those bound by death and dark. We will sing here forever, as we always have, from long, long ago. We know nothing of the world outside, and why should we? For we will never leave. Do you seek King Vendrick? But what is a king, after all? We know nothing of the world outside, for we will never leave here. When we sing, the little ones dance. The little ones grant comfort to those who bear death and dark. This is what we were taught. Is there any... Perhaps this will help.
Ooh.
This is all that we can do. When we...
Alright, so... I don't know what half of that means. I am legitimately confused as to what half that means. From my understanding, they're basically singing for I can't put words to it. So I'm not even gonna try. I don't know why they're singing here. All I know is that see, these guys drop human effigies, so you can come here and farm them, unless you kill them enough times to despawn them, and then you need to use a bonfire ascetic to make this area even more hellish. So, yeah, that's okay. There are a few different. I see the toggle. Oh, there's a read this. There are a few items here. There are like some secret chests, which I forget what they are, so I'm gonna look for them. Then I'm gonna end the episode. But something you should keep in mind while you before you do this at all, those guys, the shiny backs, the water demons, they are attracted to light. They are attracted to the torch wielder, Elizabeth Mushroom. Actually, I've yet to meet Elizabeth in the original game, but I have yet to access the DLC in the original game, or the full DLC. But beware whenever you hold one of these, because they will start coming in, like from far away. It's kind of annoying. There's a chest over here that I didn't see before, and I really didn't need that. A crimson one. Okay. But there are items in the water. Chests. Secret. But I'm going to leave this torch lit just to show you. Oh, there's one. Always scare me. Always. Ugh. Alright, so... Okay, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this while I have 57,000. And okay, so I'm going to be able to level up maybe twice. Maybe if I pop a hard soul. But anyway, I'm going to pop back to Majula. Just so we can level up. Which is a legitimate strategy. I'm not retreating. I am tactically... Whoa, I don't even remember the name for it. It's a reverse advance. I'm going to call it that. It's a reverse advance. Tactical retreat. Not giving up, it's a tactical retreat. Anyway, so... the Shrine of Amana is by far one of the most beautiful areas in this entire game. But I hate it. Almost every Dark Souls 2 player that you meet that has beaten this game can either say, "Oh, excuse me, where'd that come from?" But anyway, any Dark Souls 2 players that have finished the game can say one of two things. Probably the first one being they hate the gutter. Second one being they hate Shrine of Amana more than the gutter. Okay, not the gutter, the Black Gulch. Because frankly, the Black Gulch is just it's probably worse than anything else. It's not I'd say it's about worse than Blighttown. I mean, it's not as bad as Blighttown because the gutter's actually the Black Gutter. The Black Gulch is it's not as bad. I'm gonna say that. It's not as bad as Blighttown. This area may be bad. Worse than Blighttown. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end this episode here. In between episodes, I'm going to level up, and I'm going to devise a battle plan. There's another bonfire halfway through, then there's another bonfire, well, it's less than halfway through. It's about a third of the way through. There are 3 bonfires in total in that area. But in the next episode, I hope to get to the second one. I hope to actually get to the boss. No promises, though. This area it just takes a lot of patience and a lot of herbal calming teas. I'm going to say that. Anyway, so that just about does it for me in this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you like this episode, or dislike depending on your preference. Comment if you saw something that I didn't, or just comment on something general. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it helps me understand what you guys think watching these. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Righto, everyone.